Hi, everyone. This is Judge Wolf. I just wanted to make a quick um, episode 0 for you guys. Um, the reason being is because Full Eagle Day is how Tabletop Anthologies actually came about. We started with a game and we were like, hey, why don't we go ahead and stream this? In fact, it was Dionysus or Cadet Steel in our game that came up with the idea and streamed our first episode. Now, before this was two other episodes. We had a character generation episode, and then we had our first initial actual game. So, really quick, I just wanted to kind of tell you about how this all came into being, as well as tell you what you missed by us not recording the first ones. Um, so, I was the one that approached everybody to kind of go about do this game. I've always kind of had a passing interest in Judge Dredd and a little bit of a knowledge. Dredd 3D is definitely what kind of sparked my interest a little bit more. Um, and it just popped into my head one day. I don't know why, but I just all of a sudden just flipped the switch and became I want to know everything about Dredd. And then I found out that it's this huge expanded universe. The 2000 AD, and it's crazy. So it's been a rapid progression of me just wanting to know things, reading things, looking things up, and I just happened to find the D20 system. Now, I've played several D20 systems and I've GM'd several D20 systems, but this one kind of felt like it was just tagged on. Not to say that the book wasn't loving towards Dread, it was, but it was like some really bad manipulation of the rules. It's okay, it works, it's fun, but it's definitely not my favorite. Now, what we're running is a publication from Mongoose, Full Eagle Day, um, and it's basically the final street test for a series of cadets, and they just happen to have Dread. So I brought it up to do it with these guys, um, and we did it, and everybody seemed to be having fun. But it was a little different for me because this time, I mean, I like GMing, but most of the time I would GM because I want to play a game. This time it was different. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The voice changes, the acting, just getting out there and having a great time with it, and so it kind of sparked us into let's get this out. Whether or not people watch it, it's fun to do. I have fun making videos like this. I have fun editing videos and posting them up and seeing what I can learn from Adobe Premiere and Adobe Audible and all this other stuff. Um, so it's a lot of fun and I really like it. So we're going to continue it. Um, so that's kind of like just where all of this came from. You're going to see a lot of weird things in these early videos. Bad quality, editing that's kind of weird, bad audio, um, differences in the layout, and it's just going to gradually increase, and you'll see how we started to work up to our final product. Um, so I just wanted to kind of give you an update on what's going on with that. I also wanted to mention that one of the things that you're probably not going to see, although it's there, is we're doing this through a Twitch feed. And at the beginning of every Twitch feed, I do a publication where it says essentially, hey, you might see police brutality in here. We don't in any way at Tabletop Anthologies endorse that at all. Um, During this time in 2020, the Black Lives Matter movement is really taking off, um, and we support equality and equity. Um, Judge Dredd was actually developed as a comic to as a satire against American policing, and that was back in what 78, 79. Um, I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but it's been a while, and yet we're still having issues. So yeah, you're going to see police brutality, maybe. I really push for my guys to follow police procedure, that they can get docked, they can get hit for not doing the proper procedure. And so I just remind everybody that it's a game. We in no way, shape, or form condone any type of violence against the populace. Um, and we firmly believe in equality and equity. So, with that being said, during the first two episodes that aren't aired because we don't have a recording of them, there was another cadet, Cadet Mox. unfortunately, he had to step aside because of time frames when we decided to stream. Um, the first thing they did was um, come up with or go and investigate a Futsi being attacked, and then they had a couple of Jews that they arrested, um, and for umpty bagging. Well, actually, they weren't umpty bagging; they just had umpty candy on them. Um, and then they got a call from their final street test officer, Dredd, that there was bodies showing up at a recycle station without organs in them. And so the thought is that it's an organ legging adventure. And they went to the recycle station. They found that most of the bodies were coming from a block called the Sweeney Block, that they had gang affiliated tattoos. They went to investigate. They found that at the Sweeney Block there was two major gangs, the Razors and the Demons, and that the private security detachment that the block has was actually favoring the Razors. And so they had essentially two different ways that they could go. They could either go and investigate the Razors, or they could go and investigate the private security detachment. So they chose the private security, and they ended up confronting the owner, Speens, who they found out after him almost getting away and being picked up by an H-Wagon, that he was essentially working with Rocky, a former cadet, on organ legging. At least he didn't think he was a major part of it. Our cadets thought otherwise through their sentencing. So that takes us pretty much to the point when Cadet Smith comes in. He's not a replacement for Cadet Mox, but he's another player. You'll know him as Slipstream. So that's where we're at now. I do want to say that if you don't know a lot about Dredd, definitely pick up an RP book. Now, we are going to be converting over to the What's Old is New by Ian Publishing, Dredd. And I love this. Okay. I'm going to be doing some special talks on it. I'm going to be publishing some stuff. I highly recommend it. It is very much in the spirit of Judge Dredd. There's integration with the world of 2000 AD. In fact, Strontium Dog is coming out here soon. I got a chance to actually take a look at that, which is really cool. That's one of the things that's happened with all this streaming and stuff. You start making links and you start to learn new stuff, and it's great. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We're going to be converting to that after they finish up their mission. I highly recommend it. If you're going to go with that, do that one. And we'll be making some videos about it, so you know. If you do decide to go with the D20 with the full Eagle Day, or you want to get this and take a look at it and convert it over into the world of 2000 AD, we didn't follow exactly with the mission. As a GM, I kind of take a lot of liberties. So you may see some inaccuracies. If you do happen to see any inaccuracies while I'm doing these things, please let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy. I'm a chemistry professor by trade, so correcting myself, learning is always an important factor for me. And that's it. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope to hear from you, and maybe see you on Twitch. We try to interact with our audience as much as possible, so feel free to stop by. So this is Judge Wolf at Tabletop Anthologies, and I'll see you out on the streets.